welcome Miss Claire Boscq-Scott. Welcome.
Namaste, namaste. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Kaisha. What a wonderful welcome. I am so excited to be with you today. And I'm not just excited, I feel so good. You know why? Because today we're celebrating. And I want to celebrate all those people who were here yesterday and won this award. Isn't it amazing to be able to be given an award because you're doing something right and you're really being amazing, you're sharing some love, you're caring for your employees and you're caring for your customers. So bravo to all the winners. And also I'd just like to have a little clin d'oeil to Harish, Kaisha, and all the team from Kamastasia. Kamikaze, sorry, to put this incredible event together. 3 days of customer experience. However, when Harish came and talked to me and said, Claire, could you come and talk to us about customer service? And I said, only one way I would do that, Harish. It's if I can talk about employees. Yes! Because without our employees, we would have no business. Let's talk about how passionate employees will drive your profitability. You will increase your customer loyalty. You want to have a profitable business, don't you? Of course, we all want to have a profitable business. So let's take a look how we can do this today. Do you know that 88% of people who work in the US feels that they work for an organization who does not care about them? Isn't it incredible? That's almost 9 out of 10 people. This could be a mother, a sister, a cousin who get up every morning and go to work without feeling that no one cares about them. No one cares about the work that they do and what they're participating in. Do you feel like that? Do you employees feel like that? We are entering a new era. It is time for businesses to become accountable for their environment, for their people, and for their customers. Ian talked about it yesterday. Ron talked about it yesterday. We are evolving into a higher level of consciousness. We, as businesses, have to take responsibility and bring more care about in our businesses. Yes, Ron said it. Care is fluffy. Is it? No. Care is essential. Care will take you to the end of that pandemic with a thriving business. You know what? Our customers are so demanding. Their expectations are way, way high up, right? They want you to meet their needs. They want to trust. They want empathy. They want listening and solution focus. They want to feel important. They want you to personalize. How much more do they want, those customers? Really demanding, aren't they? But hang about. Wait. Our customers want this. What about your employees? Do your employees want to be listened? Do your employees want to find solutions? Do your employees want you to know their name and have a bit of personalization rather than a number? Do you employees want to feel valued and cared for? Of course they do. Your internal customers and external customers have exactly the same expectations. So, we'll see. In a very simple way, I talk about 3 types of customers. We've got our advocates, and our advocates are our customers who loves us. They want to come to us. They buy from us. They return to us. They tell us, all about to their friends and family, and we love them. We want to continue loving them. And then we've got the apathetics. Who are the apathetics? Well, the apathetics, they like us, but not really. They'll go online, they'll check out everybody else, they'll buy from you, maybe yes, maybe not. They're not really bothered. And then we've got the saboteurs. Oh, yes, we've got the saboteurs. You know who I mean, don't you? We've got those saboteurs. They're always complaining. Those are the mood hoovers, right? You know which one I mean? Of course, you all have those saboteurs in your organization. So think about it. You know, which one are the most important? The saboteurs, the apathetics, or the advocates? Well, all of them, of course. Our advocate, we want to continue loving them. The apathetics, we want to make that little transformation, make it so exceptional that they don't go anywhere else and they just come to you. And those saboteurs, we need to give them some love. Yes, Ron was talking about love yesterday. Show that you love them even more than the others. It doesn't matter, you know, if they're complaining, they probably will complain because there's a reason why they're complaining. So understand, listen to what they've got to say. But hang on. If that's true for our external customers, what about our internal customers? Do you have some advocates in your organization? Do you have those employees who come to work every morning and skip down the road? Do you have those apathetic employees? They come at 9, they finish at 5, they do their work, they don't do anything else. They are just here, they get paid, and that's about it. And we've got the saboteurs. Oh, yes, you have got some of them. You know that bad egg in the basket, that one employees who are going to spread rumors within all organization. In India, did you know that 60% of your employees are apathetics? They are those employees who are coming in and they're not doing any extra. They come at 9, they do their work, and they go out again. 31% of your employees are your saboteurs in India. This is a survey which was done by Gallup, and it was a global survey, and they did, you know, made those figures by countries as well. And only 9% of your employees are your advocates. This means that only 9% of your employees come to work, have a passion, they drive, they perform, they're efficient, and they're here because they want to be here. They will be driving your workforce. We want to turn this round. We want passionate employees. We want engaged employees. We want employees who feel values and are going to do that for you. So I've had the immense pleasure a few years ago when I was 21, only a few years ago. Who's laughing? Are you laughing? Only a few years ago, I had the immense pleasure to be working at Disney World in Epcot Center in Florida. Can you see me here on the screen? Yes, just right here with a little arrow. This was my team, and I worked there for a whole year. It was incredible. This was the first time that we really understood what customer experience meant. It was every day was magical. Of course, it was Disney World, right? We could have not actually, when we got recruited, we arrived in Disney World. You know, the employee experience was absolutely incredible. Every step of the way was mapped out. We couldn't even step a foot into the park when we arrived until we spent a whole week at Mickey Mouse University. Wasn't that cool? Would you like to go to Disney World? Shall we go? Yeah. Okay. Well, yesterday Joe was talking to us about plane. Today, I want to take you on a journey, right? That virtual world that we're living in. We can do everything we want, can we? It's magical. So let's go. Have you got your passport? Have you got your tickets? Let's get into that plane. Imagine arriving in front of the doors of Magic Kingdom. You can see the castle. Yes, can you see the castle right here? It is so exciting. Oh, I can't stop laughing. I'm just so excited. I can hear the noises. I can smell things in the air. I can see the castle. I'm ready to get in. What would you be expecting if you were going into Magic Kingdom right here, right now? Well, first of all, you would have your basics expectations, wouldn't you? Things like restaurants and things like safetiness, because that's one of the values of Disney World, right? You would have toilets, you would have cleanliness, all those things would be pretty basics, right? They're human, they have expectations. And so we talk about Maslow pyramid theory. And yesterday we touched on it a little bit. And so the first part of that theory says that we need to actually be able to have air and food and water to live. This is pretty basics, isn't it? You know, everybody needs to be able to meet and satisfy those needs. To live, we need to have those physiological needs satisfied before we can go to the next level. And the next level is security. It's shelter, is a home around you, is having the ability to financially be able to have a house. So your employees will feel insecure if they don't feel that, you know, they're going to have a job, they're going to be able to actually put a roof over their head of their family. This is the second need. And then they want to feel part of it. They want to be loved. They want to be belonging. They want to be loved. You know, they want to be part of something. And again, this has been a transformational year of belonging, because all of our employees suddenly have been asked to work from home. No longer that social interaction that they've had in their environment has happened. It's been a virtual interaction, which is pretty good, isn't it? Well, you and I make it work, but it's not quite the same. I miss my hugs. I miss my loves. I miss my kisses. You want to be part of something. You want to be belonging. And then you have esteem. And then the esteem means that everything that you do is going to make you fulfillment, that feeling of fulfillment. And we all want to be fulfilled in our lives. We want to achieve something. We want to know that we're leaving a legacy behind us. We want to know that if I do work, if I work for you, I want to do the best I can. I want to develop. I want to improve. And this becomes the self-actualization. This is where your employees really are going to be stepping up, because you're pushing them to be the best that they can be. Can you be the best that they can be? Yeah, of course we can, but they need nurturing. They need you to give them that reassurance that everything that they do, they're going to have their needs satisfied. So I want you to think about, you know, your culture. What is the culture of your organization? You know that 89% of bosses thinks that their employees leave the organization because of employees finding a job with more money, when in fact only 12% leave an organization because of more money. Isn't it incredible? Well, I wonder why. Why would the employees leave? Well, they may leave because they've got no leadership. They may leave because they don't feel valued or cared for. They may leave because they don't get any development. Your culture needs to nurture, create a caring service culture within your environment, so you can actually get your employees to be passionate, get your employees to follow you to the end of the world and make your business thrive. So I talked about I've lost my word now. Have you found your word? Have you ever had that happen? Right. There's 8 steps that I wanted to give you. So I know the last 3 days have been amazing, and I hope you've got pads full of notes. So there's 8 more steps. So have you got a paper? Have you got a pen? Are you ready? Because this is going to be very good. Okay, I want you to really kind of make sure if you've got the pen and ready paper, let's go. 8 step. I know 8 is a lot, but that shape, that 8 is that infinite figure, isn't it? So we need to be able to kind of infinitely, virtually do this all the time. This is what will make your business great. And first of all, I want you to inspire with a vision. You know, it says that 88% of the millennium want to work for an organization who's going to inspire them, who's going to do something with a purpose. Well, I don't know about you. I'm a Gen X. What are you? Yeah? Are you Gen X as well? Are you, are you a millennium? Perhaps you're feeling that you actually want to be inspired? Well, I'm not a millennium, but I've always wanted to work for organization which I believe in, which have mission, which really kind of inspired me. And this has just been all the way across, all the different countries I worked. And every time I changed work was because something happened within the organization and the missions changed, something changed, and I did not believe in what they were doing anymore. So I changed my position. Apart from a year ago, March 2020, dun, 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 we will never, ever forget that date, will we? And yes, like many hundred thousands of people around the world, my business crashed in 3 days. In 3 days, I lost all of my clients. Wow. This wasn't my decision. This was out of my hand. I could not do anything about it. So once I picked myself up from the floor and turned it around and thinking, what am I going to do? And you know what? Always at the back of my mind, this was my purpose. I knew that my purpose was to be here in front of you, helping you deliver exceptional customer service, exceptional experiences, and making your employees feel that more engaged, more passionate, and be able to be driving your organization. This was my purpose. I knew this was my vision. So with a lot of perseverance, a lot of passion, I built the business back again. I twisted, I adapted, I've been flexible, I've been doing virtual events like we are today. What have you been doing? How quick have you been changing your business? How quick have you been keeping that vision in your mind, that perseverance that you can do it? And I want you to think about aligning with your values. Everything in life is about value. What do you care about? What's in your heart? What's in your employees' heart? How do you recruit your employees? I want you to think that every time you recruit your employees, you to start asking them, what are their values? Because if their values doesn't align with your business values, that will never work. They may be here for a while, but eventually they will either become an apathetic or they'll become a saboteur. So use your values. Don't just put them on the wall and stick them there and think, yes, we've got values, not marketing agencies done a good job, pat in the back. No, use your values for everything that you do, every decision that you make. Look at those values and see if that aligns with you. Number 3, oh yes, create healthy environment. And this is something that I'm very, very, very passionate about. Our environment has a direct effect with our feeling, our thinking, and our behavior. Somatic research has showed that actually our mind and body connections will affect our connective, our thinking, our emotion, and our behavior. Our environment will make you feel good or will make you feel bad. And when you feel good, what do? You perform, you're happy, you're going to be effective, you're going to be driving things, motivated. And when your environment isn't right and you're not feeling right, do you really want to go to work? You'll be calling sick. You'll be, procrastinating. You'll be feeling stressed and anxious. So a big challenge of me for this year is to introduce Feng Shui. into your business. Yes, Feng Shui is the art of really looking at the energy around your environment, helping your employees who work from home perhaps to create a better environment, whether they work from the kitchen table or from an office or bottom of their bed. Please give them some tools and techniques so they can create a better environment and they can feel better. They can then drive your organization and really perform and be motivated about this. So remember, one good technique is Feng Shui. And if you want to know more, come back and see me after. To create a really healthy environment, one really simple way to do it is to use your 5 senses. Because we know this, neuroscience around the world has told us that our emotions drives our behaviors. And who drives the emotions? Our 5 senses. What can you smell? What can you feel? What can you see? What can you touch? What can you hear? Your 5 senses will help you really creating an environment who connects with you on an emotional level. And this is right for your employees because you want them to be feeling good in the environment. But this is also right in your offices, in your retail space, in your hotel. Look at how it feels. Look at how you're connecting on those 5 senses. I worked at Disney World. We used to have in the air conditioning every morning, we used to put an essence of bread. Shh, don't tell anybody, right? We'll put a sense of bread. So in the French pavilion, every time somebody walked through the park, what did they do? They smelled. And what did they happen? They will go and actually go to buy a baguette at the French bakery. Isn't it incredible? Connect with your customers on an emotional level. Use the music around. Use the smell that you have in your environment. Create an environment which is going to optimize their senses. Number 4, well-being. Yes. And first of all, well-being for yourself. Please, this has been such a tremendous time for everybody. Stress, anxiety. We are all worried. You know, remember the human needs. We need to be able to meet those needs, satisfy those needs to be able to live a fulfilling life. And if you're stressed and worried, if your finances are not right, then you're not going to be performing. I would like you to really look at developing a well-being strategies with your organization. Not just one seance of yoga, one session of yoga a month. This isn't quite what I mean. I really want you to think about your employees' well-being as a whole. Put that in your strategy. What do you do? How do you help them? Make them feel good so they can perform in the better way. How can you care for them so they can care for your customers? Really look at this area because, like I said, right, our emotional state will affect how we think, will affect how we behave. So let's make our employees feel good. Let's make them think a positive way and they'll behave a positive way. Really key. So, Keisha, you've been amazing during the last 3 days to really kind of get people to get up between the speakers and go and gonna have a drink and, you know, move your shoulders a bit and take a few deep breaths. Well done. I want you to be doing that now. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and we're going to be taking a little minute. How does that sound? Good? Okay. Right. So I'm going to invite you to put your hands on your hip, not your hip, on your legs. And take a big deep breath. And when you close your eyes on the exhale, oh, yes. And take another big deep breath. Oh, and on the exhale. That's lovely, isn't it? And I want you to imagine you're in a meadow. The sun is shining on you. It feels warm. You can smell the flowers. There's a bit of wind coming through your faces. And right on the right-hand side, there's a little buzz noise, and you wonder what it is. You're intrigued. So you're going to go and have a look. And you get closer and closer. And there's that buzz noise bzzz, all around. And there's a beehive there. Look at those amazing little creatures buzzing around, making some beautiful honey and making the pollinations for our world. Aren't they gorgeous? Are you a bit scared? Oh, I can see somebody who doesn't like bees here. You're a bit scared. Don't worry. Don't worry. They're not going to do anything to you. Just look at them buzzing around. And then we're going to go back. Go back into the meadow. Look at the sun. Take a big deep breath. And now you can open your eyes again. How was that? How are you feeling suddenly? Things have suddenly paused. Your mind has suddenly paused. Teach your employees to be able to take 1 minute of focus time, 1 minute of mindfulness, 1 minute where they can actually start emptying their mind so they can start thinking better. Because if you don't give time to your employees to actually be at that moment in time, be present and be able to recharge their batteries, they're not going to be productive. That moment in time when you're not thinking about anything, when you're going for a walk, there's nothing else that you have to think about. That moment in time when you're in a shower and suddenly you've got that wow moment. You don't know why. It just came to you. You may have had something that, you've been thinking about how you're going to resolve this. And suddenly you're in the shower and yes, it's come to you because that moment you were taking a mindful minute. Teach your employees to be more mindful. Teach your employees to be able to take that moment to be more creative. Google does it. They give them like little bubbles and they tell them to go 15 minutes in the bubbles because they know that when they come back from the bubble, they're going to be super creative. So this is what you need to do. Your employees need to build resilience. It's been an incredible year. Teach them those techniques so they can perform better. They can create better. They can be inspired and they can be perseverant into what they do. And because all this happened in our brain and our body, we've got all sorts going on. And actually, all those things happen without even you knowing about it. And I always talk a little bit about the neuroscience side of it, in a very simple way. You've got the left brain, which is the neocortex brain, and that's, the acting, the doing, the analytic, that's the figures, like, let's go. This is the yang energy. And we have, we all need that yang energy. A bit yang for me this morning now. What do you reckon? Okay, so our left brain will also be connected with our right brain. And our right brain is our limbic brain, right? Our limbic brain is our feelings, is our emotions, is that yin energy, is that time when we take a mindful minute and we become more creative. It's that time when we connect on an emotional level. So what I want you to do is everything that you do, think about how can I connect, whether it's with my employees or with my customers on that emotional level. How can I kick in that right brain? One day I was going to buy some shoes. No, I wasn't going to buy some shoes. I was just going to buy some plants. And I knew exactly what I needed to do. I went into the garden center. I bought some plants. I'm going in. And suddenly on the right-hand side, what do I see? A sell sign in the shoe department. Ladies, you know what I mean, right? Sales. And suddenly my left brain, which was very much, let's go and buy some plants. My right brain took over and I had to go and see what was going on in the shoe department. Okay, I did buy my plans. I did get 2 pairs of shoes as well. But this is what it is. 95% of our behavior, of our purchase behavior, is made by your subconscious. Very powerful, right? So connect on an emotional level. Number 6, I want you to think about your employees' experience. Please, we talk about customer experience all the time. We talk about mapping the touch points. We talk about this all the time about CX. Do the same for your EX, your employee experience. Put the value in the middle and actually look at your sourcing, look at your pre-boarding, create all those strategies so your employees can really feel that every step of the way, their needs are being met. I want you to stop right here and right now. Stop spending money on advertising if you're not training your staff. It is no point to actually spend money, get people through your doors, that footfall through your doors, if your staff don't know what they're doing. Okay, so use that time, use that money instead of advertising, use it to train your staff. This is part of the human needs as well. We want to develop, we want to progress. Nurture this development with your employees and they will give it back to you. I love that quote from Richard Branson. Train your employee so well that they can leave. Treat them so well that they don't want to. And today we are celebrating Employees Recognition Day. Wow! Employees Appreciation Day. Isn't it amazing that we're doing that talk today? And today, this is the day to celebrate. So what do you do? Do you have a program for reward and recognition? How do you celebrate success? And I'm not talking about the big contract. I'm talking about the little things that happen every day. How do you show your employees that you're grateful for everything that they do? Dan was talking about little cards, thank you cards. Just write a thank you card. It doesn't have to cost hundreds of thousands of pounds to actually say thank you to your employees. But it has to be put into a program where it's done regularly, where your employees feel that, you know, they can be motivated by, you know, being with you. And they, you know, when you're celebrating great things, what happens? Well, your happy hormones kicks in. And what happens? Well, you want to do it more and more and more. So reward, recognize that, you know, what they're doing, celebrate every single thing in your organization. And you know what? If you're doing all that, if you're having a caring service culture, if you're really having a harmonious, healthy environment, if you're creating an employee experience that's going to make them feel so valued and cared for, the customer experience is just going to be a doddle, really. You don't have to do anything else because everything is already there. Your customer's experience will be absolutely amazing because everything behind it would have been done in the first place. Employees will drive your customer loyalty. Your customer loyalty, your customers will want to come back to you. They will want to return to you. They will want to buy from you. They're really becoming your advocate. Increasing your customer loyalty will increase your profitability. And this is like us being here today. You know, you and I, what you're watching here, you're watching all the other speakers today. If any one of the speakers has inspired you to take action, if any of us have given you some little light bulb moments thinking, oh yes, this is good, tell us about it. Tell your friends and family about it. Recommend us, because this is how we're going to be able to share our message around the world. If you're talking about it, and we can go and share that message, we can help, we can follow that mission, that vision that we have to help you inspiring customer experience. So They're my finals woggle dance. You know, I talked about the bees. We had a little bee hive there. And I want you to think about something. Okay, that infinite sign. This is a virtual circle. And for you in the business, I want you to start doing this. Little bees know them. They don't have to talk. They can communicate at a level which is incredible. They have a pure mission. They're following their queen. They're making honey. They're pollinating our world. How can you be doing that with your organization? How can you help the global economy to grow by growing your business? First, I want you to assess your environment, assess your people, ask some questions, understand where they are. Then I want you to develop the strategies, your reward strategies, your well-being strategy. Do this, then implement implement the strategy, train your staff, tell them when, why, how, and then measure. Oh yeah, measure, it's a bit of my baby, isn't it? That's how I started my business, by doing mystery shopping. So I always have to think about it. You need to measure to manage. Measure to see that your strategy is working. Manage to see that your employees are trained. Manage to see how you are doing, what you can celebrate, and how you can improve, and then start again. Assess, develop, implement, train. Those are the 4 steps of the woggle dance. So look at your culture, look at your environment, look at your people, and look at your customers. Is that simple? Yes, it is. So I'm not Einstein, but I just want to give you a final little equation there. So HE times 2. HE being, I can hear you. Can you say it? HE, happy environment. Yes, well done. Times 2, another HE, happy employees. Yes. Plus HC, happy customers, equal TB, thriving business. Come on, repeat after me. Thriving business. Yes, that's what you want. One final thought from Simon Sinek. Working hard for something you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. If you've got passionate employees, if you have given them such an amazing purpose to follow, a mission, if you perseverance into everything that you do, consistently assessing, training, implementing new strategy, if you consistently caring for them, they will give it back in return. I want you to really create a yin and yang energy within your organization. I want you to bring that yin energy, that time for your employees to be creative, that environment which is going to make them feel good. And then the yang is kicking in. They will perform, they will drive, they will care for your customers, and in return, yes. But what if you don't do anything? This is my challenge to you. 3 days of customer experience you've just had. A pack of notes like this, I'm sure you've had some notes everywhere. What are you going to be doing about it? Because if you go back in the office and put the notes on the side and do nothing, well, it was a waste of 3 days, wasn't it? Pick one, pick two, pick just one of the ideas that you've heard during those 3 days, implement it and see the change. Pick another one, implement it and see the change. This is what we want. We really want to be able to make the changes step by step so you can have a thriving business. So I want to offer you even more information and give you a bit of freebies. So if you just go on that link, take a little photo of that page here, you'll be able to download some CX freebies. How exciting is that, right? And also, there's a QR code, and if you want to download my latest book, which is The Secret Diary of a Mystery Shopper, I tell you quite a lot of stories, the good, some bad, but some really exceptional stories. And I have just wanted to thank you. It's been my pleasure and honor to be here with you today. Continue having an amazing day. Continue sharing some love with your employees and your customers, and you'll be fine. Thank you very much.